Welcome everyone to our virtual co-working and write-in edit-in events. I'm Coral Sands, author and your host for today's writing event.
And I'm Ansley Ashe, a co-host for today's writing event.
To keep myself accountable, I love write-in events, and I want to warn you that when I host, I post prompts followed by short bursts of break time so you can really be productive. Think of this as a 1-hour marathon of working on your story.
This is live on YouTube, but feel free to watch the VOD afterwards so you can pause if you need more time. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe and do all the fun algorithm stuff like share us, please. Share us. Thank you.
And just so you know, we have our upcoming writing events. Our next writing event is going to be July 20th at 11 a.m. Central.
Okay, and we post all of our upcoming events on our Facebook group, also called Writing Quest. We'll leave a link in the description below. Let's start with a 5-minute sprint to get our creative juices flowing. Coral, what's our sprint today?
So if you are bemused by something, you're confused, bewildered by it, and often somewhat amused. So let's use that as our inspiration for our 5-minute prompt. All right, let's go ahead, 5 minutes on the clock. And let's do this. All right. So that 5 minutes went really fast. How did everybody do?
Let's see. Let's get a word count, right? See, I only did 82 that time, so like you can tell that I had a hard day yesterday.
I had 32. So yeah, like
I mean, like normally
brain
it's like
was
100.
like
So
not. Yeah, brain
brain
was
was not
like,
crazy.
no, don't like that idea. Don't like that idea. Don't like that idea. Just write whatever.
Yeah, and normally, since you've done so many, graciously done so many of these without, so it's a surprise for me the first time. So like, I'm reacting to them as a viewer would. So like, normally it's like an inspiration, but it's really hot here, guys. It's like heat index over 100, and so like the brain fog is real.
For sure.
Okay, so did you write about anything? And there my dogs go. So did you write anything interesting during yours?
So I just kind of trying to show how one character was bemused by another character, and so it was mostly that, but I didn't really have a firm understanding of what the other person did in order to be bemused. So I think that's where where I was getting stuck at it, and so I was like just trying to show that they were bemused, but then just as another person approached, really quickly covering up the fact that they were amused by the other character, because heaven forbid he get caught
I
being,
know, right?
amused
It's
by
crazy.
the main character.
I know, it's craziness. Okay, so I used it as an excellent place to plant a little clue, maybe a real clue, maybe a red herring clue, but a little behavioral clue where like they didn't understand something that one of my suspects did, and they were a little bit amused by it, a little bit because it makes the suspect look stupid, and since they dislike the suspect anyway, like foolish, and so they're like amused, like, oh, you did this thing, like, but like actually that behavior is kind of suspicious, and so like to disconnect those things and to like lay that down, it's like, oh, well, maybe this is the reason why that happened,
Yeah.
and now kind of a thing. But I didn't have, like you, I didn't have a firm idea, so it's like I don't even know I knew what to do, but I'm not sure that this will have to be rewritten. It's like because I don't know that I've put enough in there.
Okay. Yes, I'm not sure there's enough there, but we'll have to figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
But our next prompt that we're going to be doing is it's going to be a 10-minute prompt, and the prompt is: this person will not allow anything to get in the way of their goal.
That sounds fun. That sounds really fun. I have no idea what I'm going to do for that. So we'll see if the brain rot continues.
Right? Today might just be but we'll figure it out. We'll get through it.
Yeah, and I think this is a normal part of the creative process. Is like some days are going to go really, really well, and some days are still a struggle. It's like any other job, even if it's just a hobby or for fun. There are just going to be days where it doesn't go as well, and you'll come back later and you'll fix it. Something is better than nothing. You can't edit nothing, even if you dislike editing. You can't edit nothing.
I hate editing. I'm terrible at it.
I am gradually getting we'll use the word friendly with it.
Okay. All right, everyone, let's dive in to prompt number 2. All right, that ding means it's time for a break. How did everybody do? Hopefully better this time.
Yeah, that looks a lot better. 367. That's normal. It was like
I got 213. So
that's
I'm
normal
like,
for you,
much
yes.
better. Yeah, yes. much better.
My brain doesn't feel any better though. It still feels laggy. Normally it feels very different, but my results are the same. So I guess the brain is waking up.
Yeah.
All right, this is a great time, since we talked about the heat, to remind everybody that you do need to hydrate. Hydrate properly, drink all your water. It is definitely summer. Your brain will work much better. Every part of you will work much better. And a gentle reminder that if you're outside in hot weather and your body stops sweating, that's a bad sign. Go drink water. Go get something into you. Go get out of the heat. So stay safe.
Absolutely.
Okay, what did you write about? Are you still in your same story?
Okay, so I have. Yes, I'm still working on it. I have actually had some trouble getting the last part of the book done, and I think it's because as I said, my brain hasn't been there, and so I'd sit down to write, and then nothing would come out, and so then I was like, okay. And then we went on vacation, and I thought I was going to get a bunch written on vacation, and I did not get anything done. So it actually feels good that I've got a little bit written now, because it's like, oh, okay, I can write. I can finish this story.
Right. How close do you think you are to the end?
I am about 3/4 of the way done, so I have about a quarter more to go.
Okay, yeah. So, but that's not too much. Like, you'll get there. There.
It's imposter syndrome is, rearing its head, and it's very much like, if you don't write it, then you can't suck at it, because it's that mentality. So I just have to put aside my brain and just write the words and get something on the page, so that way I have something that I can edit later.
Yes, I mean, absolutely. I agree with that. I have been editing a lot this year because I've been releasing my novelettes. And so like the process of editing is getting more familiar to me. And so I wouldn't say that I love editing. Although I don't have an aversion to it, like some of my writer friends do. But I would say but we're not friends. So it's not like me and editing. There's some writers that just, the hardest thing is putting something on the page. But once they have something on the page, they're like, ooh, I have an idea to make this better. Ooh, I have an idea to make that better, right? And so they love the editing process. They love the refining it. They write it over and over and over again, and they get these gorgeous, great scenes. And then there are people who are more like my best friend. She really thinks about what she writes, and she may put it through a couple of edits, but not like the 30 or 40 or 50 that like some people are just love the editing. So yeah, so it's a thing.
Yeah.
So all right, write a scene where the character realizes they are lost. That's our next prompt. Oh, so many possibilities. Who's lost?
Absolutely.
Where are they lost? I may need to switch stories for this one. Do you ever do that? Do you ever get lost on purpose? Like, just take your car out somewhere, drive to the middle of, turn off the GPS and everything, and see if you can figure out how to get home?
Absolutely not. I get lost in a parking lot, so I would never make my way home.
You were like, I never do that. I would never find my way home.
Never.
I do that.
I would.
I do that to test my sense of direction. I get lost in a parking lot too. I would like to say these are not These are not like I do. I'm lost in parking lots all the time, but I still do this and I can still find my way home. But yeah, this is interesting.
All right, so let's dive in. 10 minutes on the clock, and let's do this. All right, that ding means it is time for a break. How did everybody do?
I got 296, so I feel I'm far more you, but it's been a long time since I have been back in Charlotte proper. And when you say lost, that, like, because there's this joke, because it has this road named Queens that intersects itself, and everybody, even mapping programs, get lost there. So I am highly amused to see what will happen, like when Waymo or one of those other, when they have to map it. I'm highly amused to see like whether or not they can figure it out. So I can't wait. But yes, so
Nice.
yeah, Allison got lost at the intersection of Queens and Queens, as everybody does. And then the thing that, and then I had the GPS do the thing that, you know, everybody hates. You made a wrong turn, you know you've made a wrong turn, but it keeps wanting you to U-turn, but you know you were doing it wrong. So you're like, no, I'm just going to drive until you give me something that makes sense. That happened.
Yes, I literally did that the other day. We were on Saturday, had to drop off my mom's car to get it worked on, and it's all the way out in Des Plaines, and so it was quite a drive. Getting there, no problems. On the way back, missed two different turns, and I swear it was like it wanted me to make a right-hand turn. And I'm like, but you want me to make a right so that way you can loop around, when I could just do a U-turn and get there, without having to do all of those things. And so, yeah, I literally went through this. Me and the GPS have arguments. And so, yeah,
Right.
it was.
I love when it's like, turn into this neighborhood and you're like, no, right? No.
Not doing it.
Keep going I'm just going to keep driving until you give me until either I understand what you want me to do or you give me a direction that makes sense. But we are not doing this. Yes. Exactly. What about you? How did you do?
I did pretty good. I got an interesting scene. I don't know where it's gonna go in my story, and so, but it's I had the main character kind of decided to go on a walk, and they got lost, and then they ended up using their phone to find their way back. And when they do, they see that one of their love interests is sitting there talking to their dad on the porch, and they basically don't even acknowledge that the main character was gone. And so, yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting scene, but I don't know where it goes in the list of scenes, or if it's just
it's also very emotional because it's like they didn't even notice. It's like I was lost and confused and trying to make my way back to you, all these good things that I wanted to have, and the safety and the comfort of, home, and, seeing this person that I'm interested in again, and and get there, and they didn't even miss it. Yeah, that's devastating.
Yeah.
I think it's always. Yeah,
yes.
I get it.
Absolutely. So, how about you?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know where the scene goes either. I mean, like, I don't know why Allison was in Charlotte. I don't know. I have no idea where this goes in the story. It's just there.
Right.
Like, woo!
I have no idea.
Just this random thing.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, she's getting in touch with attorneys, so I don't know. Write a scene where a character is yelling. That's her next prompt. Oh my gosh. So much fun with that one.
Yes.
I promise not to yell at you for writing this prompt. No, girl.
Yes. I feel like there's so many different ways that you can take this prompt too, because number one, why are they yelling? And maybe because they're yelling, that doesn't necessarily mean that whatever they're yelling about is what's truly bothering them. So I think that there's so many different ways you can take this prompt.
It doesn't have to be angry yelling. I mean, you could be like excited and yelling for your team. So there are several different ways.
Absolutely.
All right. See you back in 10.
Absolutely. All right. All right, that ding means it is time for another break. How did everybody do?
Put your answers in the comments below. Today I got 225. So yeah, so braid rot is real today. Like all these days that I've had like 300 and 300 and 300. Yeah, like I'm out of it. It's fine.
Yeah, I got 216.
These are not bad. See, we're close this time. We're very close.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll have to figure something out. So I'll have to pull all this together somehow, some way. What were they yelling about?
Yeah, So I decided to continue the previous scene that I was working on, where Ray was just getting frustrated with the fact that they come back and they see his dad talking to love interest, and they're just frustrated with everything, and Ray's like, what even are you doing here? Like, what is going on? And it's just like Ray has like this thoughts that that the dad is wants the love interest as a son type deal, because that's the perfect way of being a boy and stuff like that. And Ray is just frustrated because they went on this walk, they got lost, and then they came back and then they're just yapping like,
and it's hard when dad gets along with one of your friends better than dad gets along with you. I think that's really, really hard when it's a parent and a parent seems to get along with one of the friends more than, because you're like, no, you're my parent, you're supposed to love me more.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that's hard. Okay.
Exactly.
So Justine has two sisters, Celeste, who we don't see a whole lot, and Amelia. And Amelia shows up to the lunch table late because they're still in high school, and we're having a little thing. But it's like very hard for them to be in high school after, all of them were accused of killing somebody in the first book, which you need to buy. It's on sale now. Find out whether or not they did it in the big intersection. How that ends. Yeah, they're having to deal with the fallout of that. And it's like, oh no, I can't take the two of you being besties and leaving me out when the three of us are pariahs at school. So, yeah, a little bit of drama from their lives.
Absolutely. Yes.
But I mean, what is high school for but the drama, right?
Absolutely.
It's certainly for education. It's not to learn. It's not any of these other things. Just for the drama.
Absolutely. And, I think that...
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I just was going to say I think I need a nap after this.
Yeah. I need to do that too. I got too much other stuff to do though. So I'm not going to be able to take a nap, but I really want to.
No, I don't think I will. Yeah, I want to, and it's hot, and so I really want to, but I have too many other things to do. So you were going to say about your story?
Yeah. So the next prompt is a character is surprised when the other shoe drops. And I think that this is a really cool opportunity to, just explore what your main character is thinking of or whatever, and how this thing surprises them, whatever this thing is. And I think it'll be a good way to figure out what your main character is thinking about and stuff like that. Should be interesting.
Fair enough. All right.
This is a quick one, everybody. 5 minutes on the clock, and then we are going to. This is the last prompt, so let's put everything into it. All right, let's do this. Fantastic work, everyone. Now, during our next event, we are streaming Sunday, July 20th at 11 a.m. Event on Writing Quest YouTube.
And remember, even if you didn't make your goals, you were attempting to put an effort to write a little bit every day, and that's amazing.
And if you want to keep in touch, you can join our Facebook group. It's called Writing Quests.
Before we go, we must thank our amazing producer, David McGinnis. We couldn't do any of this without him.
And the description includes links to all of our social media. If you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe.
See you next time.